and then call
Yeah.
and then touch
Okay.
live.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon, boys and girls. Good afternoon, everyone. Parents, if you're on the platform, welcome to another ability test lesson. And if, as you can see, we're going to be looking at similarities and differences. And you remember that acronym? We're going to be using that acronym again. So we're going to be looking at similarities and differences. So when we look at similarities, we look at how the things that they have in common. If they are the same color, if they are the same size, if they are used for the same purpose, they are made of the same material, if they have the same parts, and if they have the same shapes. Now, it's important that you can identify similarities and differences. Now, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and you're going to answer, and I'm going to hear them, but you're going to answer. Let's look at a pen and a pencil. Can't we think of how a pen and a pencil, ways in which they are similar? Pen and pencil. And you might say, yes, they are similar because we use both of them to write. We can use both of them to draw as well. Cat and dog. How a cat and a dog, how they are similar. A cat and a dog. How both of them are similar. They are similar because they are domesticated or domestic animals. They are pets. They make sounds and all of that. What about a shirt and a t-shirt? What about a shirt and a t-shirt? How they are similar. Both of them are tops. They have well, both of them would have sleeves, and they were worn as tops. Now, brain teaser for you. Or true or false for you. All right. True or false? A spoon and a fork are both used to eat. A spoon and a fork are both used to eat. True or false? That is true. A cat and a dog, they are both pets. That is true. A pencil and an eraser are both used for coloring. Is that true or false? A pencil and an eraser. A pencil and an eraser are both used for coloring. That is false. You can use the pencil for coloring, so those are different. So you should be able to look at something or two things. A car and a truck, a bicycle and a bike, and look at if they are similar. If they have the same wheels, they are used for the same purpose, they have the same shape, they are made of the same material. So you say something, two things are similar. When they have the same size, same color, one of them, whether it have the same size, the same color, it's used for the same thing, have the same type of material, of the same part, and shape. So you're looking for that. So when somebody asks you, how can we say a dog and a wolf? How they are the similar? We are going to look at them for certain features. when we talk about, so similarity has to do how they look alike. What features they have, how they look alike. Similarity, similar features, how they look. So similarities is about common elements or features. So you have to look to see if they are similar. Now differences, this is contrast. So when you compare similar things, you can look at the differences. Is about contrasting. It's about contrasting. How they are different. Now, when you're talking about similarities, you can say both of them. You can say a dog and a cat are similar, as both of them are domesticated animals. So you can use words like both. They are like. Similarly, you can use some of those. Those words when you are talking. You can compare wild. So a cat can climb while a dog cannot. Why? But, and so forth. I'll give you some more words that you can use for contrasting. Now this evening, this afternoon, I think it's still afternoon, we are going to be looking at some similarities and some differences. Sun and the moon. Sun and moon. Sun and moon. Tell me two ways in which the sun is different from the moon. Two ways in which the sun is different from the moon. Think about it. The sun gives light by itself. It has its own light. The sun gives light by itself. It has its own light, while the moon has no light of its own. It reflects the sun's light. So they are different, the sun and the moon. The sun is visible during the day, and the moon is visible mostly at night. Mostly, because sometimes in the morning you get up, you can see, the moon, or mostly at night. Right? Both of them, if you want to say, they are similar, both of them are heavenly bodies. Right? Both of them are part of our solar system, so to speak. The sun, and you have the moon, they'll tell you, and the planets. Each planet will have its own moon. Let's look at another difference. Candle and flashlight. How is a candle different from a flashlight? And remember, I said ability test is about thinking. It's about problem solving, and it's about thinking. You think about that one. A candle uses wax and the wick, very light, while the flashlight uses batteries and maybe a bulb. Another difference, a candle gives light by burning. A flashlight gives light by as I said, the battery, or some flashlight can be even use electricity. So we are looking at differences and similarities. Similarities and differences. Similarity when they have common elements. Differences, they have contrasting elements. One is this and the other is this. Or one is this and the other is that. All right. True or false? And the answer, true or false? Answer. A bus and a motorcycle are the same because both have wheels. A bus and a motorcycle, they are the same because both have wheels. A bus and a motorcycle are the same because they both have wheels. Are they the same? A bus and a motorcycle, a bicycle, are the same because both have wheels. Is that true? Both of them have both of them do have wheels. What do you say? All right. A bus and a motorcycle are not the same. Even though they have wheels, they are not similar. I wouldn't say they are similar. They have wheels, but they are not similar because a bus perform a different duty or a different function from a motorcycle. What about ice and steam? Are they the same or are they different? No. Steam, when you're boiling something, you'll see the steam, evaporation, that's evaporation, or condensation rather, and the ice is different. Ice is frozen, liquid, and so they are not the same. What about a spoon? A spoon is shaped to scoop things, while a fork is made to stab things. Is that true or false? Yes, that's true. Now, let's go to the next one. And the options are domesticated, dark, hard, dull, plain. Domesticated, dark, hard, dull, plain. 5 words. A butterfly has colorful wings, but a moth usually has what kind of wings? Dull. A lion lives in the wild, but a cat usually is a domesticated animal. Domesticated means that they are pet, they are friendly, you can touch them, you can play with them. When they live in the wild, like the lion and the tiger, you cannot touch them or play with them, so to speak. Day is bright, but night is dark. Next question. And now these are thinking questions. Answer them. All right. Which pair shares the most similarity in use? And I'm going to give you them. I'm going to give you them. All right. A chair and a river. Pen and pencil. C, shirt and window. D, spoon and stone. Which pair shares the most similarity in use? A chair and river, pen and pencil, shirt and window, spoon and stone. And the answer would be B, pen and pencil. All right? Which pair shares a similar function? Sun and lamp, shoes and socks, pencil and eraser, chair and bed. Think about it. Let me go again. Which pair shares a similar function? Sun and lamp. Shoes and socks. C. Pencil and eraser. D. Chair and bed. What is your answer? What is your answer? All right, you should get the answer by now. And that is number 2 would be pencil and eraser. Both are used in the classroom. Pencil to write, eraser. Chair and bed, no. Shoes and socks, no. Sun and lamp, no. Number 3, which pair is different in material? Which pair is different in material? A bottle and a jar, pen and pencil, spoon and fork, chair and table. Which pair is different in material? Bottle and jar, pen and pencil, spoon and fork, chair and table. Which one you say? Bottle and jar, they can be the same glass. Pen and pencil, material. Look at that one, pen and pencil, not necessarily made of the same material. Spoon and fork, can be same metallic. Chair and table, no. So that would be pen and pencil. The material can be different. Because we said the pen has a lead and the graphite material. All right, next one. And I think you should be writing them down rather. But anyway, listen and think about them. Next one. Which pair shows similarity in color? Apple and orange. Leaf and grass. Cat and dog. Sun and lamp. Which pair shows similarity in color? Apple and orange? No. Leaf and grass? Yes. Both of them are green or can be green. Next one, and this is next one. Which pair shares the most similarity in use? Spoon and knife. Pen and eraser. Chair and ladder. Cat and tree. Which one shares the most similarity in use, what we use it for? And that is spoon and knife, pen and eraser, chair and ladder, cat and tree. Tell me which one you have there. Which one you have? All right. And that would be, and for that answer would be spoon and knife. All right. Let me go down and get a few others. All right. Finding some others for you. All right. Next one. Which pair has the same function? Which pair has the same function? Candle and flashlight, bus and train, fish and whale, notebook and tablet. Which one has the same function? Let me read it again. Which pair has the same function? Candle and flashlight, bus and train, fish and whale, notebook and tablet. Which one? Which one do you see? Hold a second. Which one do you see? All right. And I would say that as candle and flashlight, both give light. All right, tell me now, this one is a little different. Tell me which contrasting word I could use. The options: like, both, while, same as. Like, both, while, same as. A dog is friendly. Dash, a tiger is usually dangerous. Contrasting word that I could use: like, both, while, same as. Now, while, same as. These are similar words. When you're comparing things that are similar, you use same as, you use both, and you have both, and you have like, right. Both and like. Similar, right. Same as and like. But when you're using contrasting, you use while, but, and all those contrasting words. All right, next one. Which pair is alike in shape? Which pair is alike in shape? A ball and an apple. That's A. B. Table and chair. C. Pen and pencil. D. Lamp and refrigerator. In shape: knife and spoon, table and chair, pen and pencil, lamp and refrigerator. And in shape, which one you have? The knife and the spoon? No. Table and the chair, pen and pencil, lamp and refrigerator? I would go with the pen and the pencil. All right. Next one. Which pair is alike in function? Knife and spoon, table and chair, pen and pencil, lamp and refrigerator. In terms of function, and I would say the pen and the pencil for writing. All right. All right, let me hold on a little more. This one, we are going to fill in the blank, or the blank places now, the blank spaces. A pen is dash a pencil because both are used for writing. A pen is, because you're comparing similarity, a pen is like a pencil because both are used for writing. Both So they are like. You use the word like when you're comparing, when you're doing similarities. Look at this one, fill in the blank, sun and moon. The sun is while the moon is. So the sun has its own light while the moon reflects the sun's light. So you're comparing similarity, you're looking at similarity and looking at difference or differences. A spoon and a fork are both used to eat. A butterfly has colorful wings, but a moth usually has dark or dull color wings. A lion lives in the wild, but a cat is usually a domesticated animal. So at the end of the lesson, students, you should be able to compare and contrast. When you're comparing, you say they both look alike, they are similar, right? They look alike, they are both they look alike, they have same features. When you are looking at when you're contrasting, you say one is this while the other is that. One is this while on the other hand, that is that. So you're comparing, you are contrasting rather. A dog is like a wolf because both animals are from that family, the wolf family. A pen and a pencil, they are alike because they are both used for writing. Day is bright, but, you use the word but when you're looking at contrast, opposite, contrasting, you're comparing, looking at differences. Day is bright, but night is dark. Candle uses wax, whereas flashlight uses battery. All right, the last section we're going into now is the true and false. And we're going to answer true or false. A bus, all right, sorry, I think I gave you that section already. Let me go down a little more. All right. True or false? A cat and a tiger are both mammals. When we say an animal is a mammal, what do we mean? A mammal is an animal that gives suck to the young ones. Is the whale a mammal? Is the shark a mammal? Think about that. Is the bat that we see flying, is it a mammal? Is a butterfly a mammal? Think about those. Ask yourself, do these creatures give birth? Just like human, do they give suck? If they do, they are referred to as mammals. All right. True or false? A ball and a shoe are alike in shape because both are round. That is false. Next one. A bottle and a jar are similar in shape and use. Is that true or false? That is true. A jar can be used. It's similar in shape and in use. Next one. A tree and a flower are both living things, but a flower is usually smaller than a tree. True or false? A tree and a flower are both living things, but a flower is usually smaller than a tree. Is that true? Yes, a flaw, that's true. It says, a book, gloves and mittens. Gloves and mittens are both worn on the hands. Gloves and mittens are both worn on the hands. Is that similar? Is that a similar thing? Is that true? Or is that one false? Is that question true or is that question false? That is true, right? And so when we compare, we can look at similarities and we can look at differences. Similarities mean that, again, that they have common features, common elements. When you look at contrasting, look at differences, they are different. For example, let us look at an apple and a ripe banana. Tell me two similarities about an apple and a banana. Both of them are fruits. Next one. Both of them are alike in that they provide vitamin C. So that's both. Now, differences between a banana, or an apple and a banana. An apple, the color is red, while, or on the other hand, the banana is yellow. Anything else that you can say the difference between an apple and a banana? In terms of the shape. One, you could say one, American apple, mostly round, but ours kind of probably oval, oblong, some shape like that, while the banana has a different shape. You can look at things like not only fruits, you can look at animals. What's the difference between, we look at cat and dog already. But let's look at a goat and a cow. Right? Similarity, both produce milk. It's a female. And both are mammals. Differences, they make different sound, and they probably they make different sounds, and they're smaller. Most times the goat is smaller than the cow. So let's go over the lesson again. This evening we are talking about similarities and differences. Similarities and differences. And we have been saying that ability test has to do with thinking and problem solving. You must be able to look at things and tell some of their similarities or they look alike, and look at things, objects or animal, and how they are different. These are thinking skills and you have to think about them. So we say, in order to help you to find similarities and differences, you can use the acronym SCRUMPS. SCUMPS. 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 This will help you to look at similarities and differences. Similarity is about common features. So you can look at the size, the color, what it is used for, the type of material, whether it's metallic, whether it is rough fabric or soft fabric. You can look at the parts that it's made of, and you can look at the shape. So when you want to tell somebody these things are similar, the book, the hardcover notebook, and your book other books that you read from, If you want to look at them, how they are similar. So you can look at things just around your environment and look at it and see how they are similar. You can look at coins. You can look at articles like shoes, socks. You can look at even your friends. You can compare your friends. Both of us, let's give our friends two names. Mark and Mandy. Both of us are in the same class. Both of us are 10 years old. So there's a common element. On the other hand, Mandy likes, or Mandy's favorite subject. On the other hand, Mandy's favorite subject is mathematics, while Mark's favorite subject is science. We can also say something about their hobby or hobbies. So practice, your assignment is to write a paragraph about your friend and yourself, Write 3 sentences about how you are similar and 3 sentences about how you are different. Write about your similarities. Say how you are similar, maybe in age, maybe in the class, maybe in the same subject you like. Maybe in looks too, hair, complexion. And you can write 3 sentences about how you are different. Let's go that again. Your assignment, and students, parents, help your children to write a paragraph, a comparing and contrasting paragraph, in which he or she compare her friend with himself or herself. You can write 3 sentences about how you are similar and 3 sentences about how you are different. Thank you. And that's it for ability test. Remember, it's all about you. All right. Now we're going to move now to the mathematics. All right, so we're going to go to mathematics. If you have your book, you can head up. All right. All right. Now, yesterday, we talked about number sequences. I don't think we did anything with alphabet, but we're going to be looking at terms, mathematics, mathematical terms. All right? And we looked at yesterday 4 all right. I don't want to use the word term again. All right. Let me not use term because I don't want to confuse you. I'm going to write 4 key words. 4 keywords. Sequence, term, rule. What's the last one? We looked at it yesterday. Pattern. Four keywords. Sequence, term, rule, pattern. Let's go them again. Yesterday I told them a list, could be an orderly list, a list of numbers or letters. In a specific order, and that is sequence. Term. We said yesterday is each item in a sequence. We looked at those. Rule. What's the rule? The instruction which creates the pattern. Or what's the pattern? What's the pattern? How the term change. So we're looking at 4 keywords. Sequence, a list of numbers or letters in a specific order. Term, each item in a sequence. Rule, the instruction which creates the pattern. And pattern, how the term change. All right? Now look at this sequence and answer the question. All right? The sequence is all of this. Now what is the second term in the sequence? And that would be 4. What would be the 5th term? And that would be 10. Now, what is the rule? What is the rule? Each time to the previous one, or to the previous term, you had 2. So that's the rule. Add 2 to the previous term. Right? And the pattern is an increase pattern. Each time you're increasing. So you call it an increase pattern. So when you get a sequence, you have to look at the pattern. If it's an increase pattern, a decrease pattern, and a repeating pattern, what kind of pattern you're seeing. You have to look at the rule and you have to look at the term. So I am giving you 4 keywords: sequence, term, pattern, rule or rule pattern, and you should know them. All right? Now, your turn. I am going to be asking you for, let me clean that. I hope if you want to write it, could. All right, let me clean up this so that I have enough space. We have looked at 4 keywords: sequence, term, pattern, rule. Now I'm going to give you this one: A, C, E, G. What is the pattern for that? Or the rule, sorry. What's the rule for that? So you have A, you skip over one letter, then you have C, then you skip over another letter, then you have G. So what would be the next letter? So you have E, so you should have F, G, so the other one would be G, H, H, I. So it would be I, because you're skipping, and if the pattern continue, it will continue like that. So the rule will be skip over one letter, right? Or skip over after the previous one. After each previous, after the previous one, you skip over. You go skip over one, and the next one is skip over. In some cases, you might skip 2, 3. All right, so you follow the rules. Now we're going to go over again the types of pattern, and let me write them on the board again. So we're looking at the type of patterns. So 4 words, 4 keywords: sequence, let me write them there, term, pattern, and rule. Now I'm going to look at pattern now. Yesterday I gave you different types of pattern. 1, it can be increasing pattern, or you can call it growing pattern. That means in the sequence, when you look at the sequence, the numbers or the letters, they are getting bigger to the higher one. For example, 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is a growing pattern, increasing. And what is the rule? Adding 5. Number 2 pattern, decreasing pattern. They are getting smaller. So you have to look at them. Students, decreasing pattern, 50, 45, 40, 35. Right. So this is what you call a decreasing pattern, and you are subtracting 5. Number 3, you have what is called multiplication pattern. and you are multiplying. Example, you have 8, then you have 16, then you have 32, and then you have 64. So you are multiplying each term by 2. What's the rule? Multiplying each term by 2. Multiplying each term by 2. Or multiplying each number by 2. Number 4, you have the division term. Sorry, the division pattern. Example, 64, 32, 16, 8. And what is the rule? You're dividing by 2. Then you have square number rule. That's number 5. Sorry, square number pattern. Square number pattern. Square number pattern. And we are looking at 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. So when you square a number, right? So this would be 2 to that, 3, and this would be 4, and 5 multiplied by 5, sorry, by 2. When you square a number, you multiply that number by itself. 2, 1 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 3 times 3, 9, 4 times 4, 16, 5 times 5, 25. So when you square a number, you multiply that number by itself. So if you square 6, 6 multiplied by 6. If you square 7, 7 multiplied by 7. If you square 20, 20 multiplied by 20. Right? Any number you square. Square 9, 9 multiplied by 9. Which 9 multiplied by 9 is 81. So you have square number pattern. And the rule is that you are squaring the numbers. Number 6 pattern. Your add, subtract, so you call this a zigzag pattern. Zigzag pattern. Zigzag pattern. And sometimes you can add, and then you can subtract. Sometimes some of them even give you more than, let me write this properly. And in this case, you can add, then you can subtract, and sometimes you can add again or multiply. So zigzag, it means it from one to another. For example, let me write 1, 5, then you have 10, then you have 8, then you have 13, then you have 11. That is what you call a zigzag pattern. So you add 5, the rule, add 5, and subtract 2. Let's see. Subtract 2. Add 5, subtract 2. So that is what you call a zigzag pattern. So look for those. When you get a sequence, look what pattern it has. When you have a sequence or you have sequences, look at the pattern. If it's a zigzag pattern, it's an increase pattern, a decrease pattern, a multiplication pattern, a division pattern. It is important. Now, still not finished. Number 7 now. Number 7, you have alternating pattern. And that one is like 2, then you have 6, 3, then you have 9, then you have 4, and then you have 12. And the rule is you multiply by 3 and you divide by 2. Number 8, you have repeating pattern. Repeating pattern or patterns. Pattern. And that one, 4, then 7, then 5, then 2, then 4, then 7, and you watch how it repeated. So different pattern. And then you have the irregular pattern, and then you have some complex one. Later on, we can look at some complex pattern. So when you get a sequence, first thing you do, boys and girls, is look at the pattern. Is it a decreasing pattern, an increasing pattern, a multiplication pattern, a division pattern, a square number pattern? Is it a zigzag pattern? Is it an alternating pattern? Alternating pattern? Is it a repeating pattern? Look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. All right? Moving right along. All right, so we're looking at the 4 keywords. We're going a little further. I'm going to give you a little activity now, and then we can leave. All right? All right. Quickly. One. What is a sequence? Just write your answer in your book. What is a sequence? Number 2. All right. What if I can just probably read them for you? And you can all right. Let me see if I can read them, and I'm going to give you the options. What is a sequence? A, random numbers. B, ordered numbers that follow a rule. C, one number. D, a shape. Let's go that quickly again. I'm just going to give you the options. Instead of writing them on the board, I'm going to give you the options, and you can write the correct answer in your books. What is a sequence? A, random numbers. B, ordered numbers that follow a rule. C, one number. D, a shape. All right. Number 2. In 4, 8, 12, 16. The number 12 is A, a rule. B, a pattern. C, a term. D, a difference. All right. In 4, 8, 12, 16, the number 12 is a rule. A. B, a pattern. C, term. D, difference. Number 3. Which is a square pattern? I'm going to read them the option for you. 2, 4, 8. 1, 4, 9. 5, 10, 15. C. D, 10, 8, 6. Number 3. Which is a square pattern? 1, A, 2, 4, 8. B, 1, 4, 9. C, 5, 10, 15. D, 10, 8, 6. So you can write them out so that you can see them quickly. Number 4. Which comes next? The pattern is A, C, or the sequence is rather A, C, E. If you have A, C, E, which letter would come next? A is F. B is G. C is H. And D is I. All right. Number 5. I'm just going to about 10 or 12. Number 5. 8, 16, 32, 64. Show which rule. Write them in your book, students. 8, 16, 32, 64 shows which rule? Plus 8, we are adding 8, that's A. B, multiplying by 2. C, we are minusing, we are dividing by 2. And D, we are subtracting 8. All right. Number 6. Which is a zigzag pattern? Which is a zigzag pattern? A, 5, 10, 15. B, 20, 15, 10. C, 3, 6, 4, 7. D, 2, 4, 6. Which of the following is a zigzag pattern? Right? Number 7. Which pattern is irregular? A, 2, 4, 6. B, 1, 4, 9. C, 5, 10, 15. D, 1, 3, 7, 8. And you have to fast, student. You have to work fast. You have to work fast. All right, number 8 now. You have Z, Y, X. Z, Y, X. Which one would come next? A, W. B, V. C, U. and D, T. Which one would come next? You have Z, Y, X, A, W, B, V, C, U, and D, T. Number 9. You have 100, 90, 80, 70. Uses which rule? Which rule? Plus 10, minus 10, multiply by 10. Sorry, let's go that's one again. Number 9, 100, 80, 90, 80, 70 uses which rule? A, plus 10, B, minus 10, C, multiply by 10, D, divide by 10. Number 10. Which sequence is repeating? A, 3, 6, 9. B, 4, 7, 4, 7. C, 1, 4, 9. D, 8, 16, 32. And I'm going to give you, let me see how many more. All right. For the next class, we can finish up. Another 2. Write the next 2 terms. That's number 11. Next 2 terms. Next 2 terms you have 6, 12, 18. All right. I'm going to give you another one now. Look at this one. 7, number 12, 7, 14, 21. What would be the 10th? 10th term. Give you 7, 14, 21. What would be the 10th term? All right. Let's go now. All right. All right, I have quite a bit here. We'll be working on quite a few more. All right, we'll be working on quite a few others. So we'll continue for the next class. We'll wrap up the 4 terms, 4 key terms. That is sequence, term, rule, pattern. Those 4 key words. We'll be looking at them again for for the next class. All right? And I'll let you know. Normally I come on a Thursday and on a Wednesday and a Thursday. But if I'm going to come on earlier or another day, I'll let you know. Now for your answer. What is a sequence? And the answer should be B. Ordered number that follow a rule. Number 2, in 4, 8, 12, 16, the number 12 is a term. It's a term. Number 3, which is a square pattern. Number 3, which is a square pattern, and that is B. 1 multiplied by 1 to the square, sorry. Then you have 2 to the square, make 4. 3 to the square would give you 9. Number 4 says what comes next? You have ACE. So you would have for the next one would be, and that would be B. And that would be B, and that's G. Number 5. 8, 16, 32, 64 shows which rule? And that is multiplying by 2, and that is B. Number 6, which is a zigzag pattern? And I gave you 5, 10, 15, A, B, 20, 15, 10, C, 3, 6, 4, 7. And for number 6, that would be C. 3, 6, 4, 7. That's a zigzag pattern. Now, number 7 now. Which pattern is irregular? A, 2, 4, 6, 1, 4, 9, 5, 10, 15. D, 1, 3, 7, 8. Which one is and that is number 7. Which one is an irregular pattern? Number 8 would be, number 7. And that would be, number 7, that would be D. Number 8 now, you have Z, Y, X. Which would, to fill in the blank, which one would be next? Number 8, Z, Y, X. You have A, W, B, V, C, U, and D is T. Number 8 is A. Number 9, you have 190, 80, 70, and the rule is minusing 10 each time. Which sequence will you call repeating? Number 10 would be B. Number 11, the sequence, what are they doing there? What are they doing for number 11? Would be 11, 6, and 6, 12. They keep adding 18, 24, and 30. And number 12, 7, 14, 21. What would be the 10th term? And you can count them like that. Or an easy way is to multiply the 7 by the 10. That's a shortcut. Get 70. Or you can 21, 28, 35, and go up and until you reach it. All right, so that's 70. Boys and girls, parents, we have been looking at 4 key words: sequence, term, rule, pattern. Sequence is order. an orderly manner of setting out letters or numbers. Term is one of the numbers or the letter, right? Term is one of the number or the letter. So you can look at the term, whether it is the second term, the fourth term, or the fifth term. Then the next one, we look at pattern, how the term changes or how the term changes. Pattern, you have the different patterns, zigzag pattern, growing pattern, increasing pattern, decreasing pattern, multiplication pattern, division pattern, and irregular pattern, all of these patterns. And then the rule is the instruction that creates the pattern, whether you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, squaring. So I hope you have the four concepts. You have got the four concepts correct. Sequence, a list of numbers or letters in a specific order. Term, each item in a sequence, or each item, the item can be a number or a letter. Pattern, how the term change. So you look if it's a repeated pattern or a zigzag pattern, and the rule, the instruction that creates a pattern. So you're looking for the rule. Should I add 5 more add, or should I subtract? Should I square? You're looking at the pattern. Sorry, you're looking at the pattern to come up with the rule. So you can add to the previous term, that's a rule. Subtract from the previous term, that's a rule. Multiply from the previous term or divide, that's a rule. You can increase the number, that's a rule. And we can look at the rules again. You can square the number, that's a rule. You can cube the number, that's a rule, right? So we can look back on the cubing a number. So when you cube a number, what you do? 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by the same number, you multiply 3 times, or if it's 8 or whatever. So when you see 1, so you can cube numbers. You can look at rules can be odd numbers as well. Rule can be even numbers. You look at the even number. Rules can be about multiples, alphabetical sequence, reverse alphabet, irregular pattern. And so there are many rules and many patterns. And you know, boys and girls, parents, even at some of these IQ exams that they set, they do these. These are part of these intelligent tests. They put sequence, terms, pattern, rules. These are important for you, boys and girls, to know these terms and can identify them or identify how they are used in mathematics. Thank you so much for being on the platform. Thank you for although I'm not hearing you, thank you for participating, and thank you for your interest. Boys and girls, it's all about you. I want you to do well. I believe in academic excellence. I believe when students do well, it makes me feel proud. I'm proud of you when you do well. I want you to do well so that I can be proud, knowing that I'm offering something and your parents can be proud. Remember, mathematics is something that we live by. It's in our home. It's all around us. I enjoy mathematics. I love to think mathematical. Have a good evening. God bless.